There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. Years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome inside Arrington Ice Arena for an ACHA Division III matchup between the Chippewas of Central Michigan University and the Bulldogs of Adrian College. Adrian College looking to bounce back after a 10-1 loss last night at Martin Ice Arena in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. And they'll have a tough task on their hands with the Chippewas coming into this game riding a a win last night, of course, as we mentioned, against Adrian College. The game before that was a loss 2-1 against Michigan Flint. And then the night before, they were able to take down the Michigan Flint Wolverines 5-3. So a Chippewas team that has struggled to find consistency and find their footing, but you have to imagine they're the favorite here today going into this game against Adrian, who got their first win of the season last weekend against the Northwood Timberwolves. Calvin Keys with you here on Adrian College Television. Glad to have you with us, and looking forward to a fun evening of hockey. Bulldogs looking to play spoiler here at the AIA. Puck dropped and we're underway as this will be swiped backwards by Beamish. Handled in the net by the Central Michigan goaltender. That's Caleb Woolery, the freshman, starting between the pipes for the Chippewas. This is taken up ice by Kyle Robertson and then blocked out of play by the Bulldogs. We'll get our second face-off, rather, of this hockey game with 19:43 on the clock. Jay Nadeau will take this draw against Greg Feemster. Bulldogs able to claw it back. This is Feemster behind the goal line. Sends it around the wall. Handled by Robertson, loose in front, and they score. Right off the bat, it's Owen Campbell on the back door. He scores on the rebound. 1-0, just 27 seconds in. Strong start for the Chippewas as they strike early here, getting on the board, as that was Owen Campbell with his 5th goal of the season. Julian Johnson will take it in now, moving to the backhand, and that's kept out by Rex Goldberg. Able to make his first save of the game. This is angled on for the Bulldogs by Emery Johnson. Johnson will give chase here as the puck slides into the far corner. Thrown out front, nobody home for the Bulldogs, and now it's stolen away. Here's Anthony Alfonsi looking out front for Devin Bennett. Pass was away from his tape, and Johnson will settle the play down. Puck makes its way to Hutton. He lost control. Alfonsi in hard on the forecheck, looking to slide it for Emery Johnson. Puck out into the neutral zone now. Trying to bank it along was Andrew Williamson. Stolen away by Julian Johnson. Strong back check by Alfonsi to knock it away from him. Slid cross ice for Chris Martin. Brother Brennan Martin, the head coach of the Central Michigan Chippewas. This is knocked onwards. Goes off the skate of Williamson. And back at the point with it is Martin. Long shot, and that's gloved by Goldberg. He'll hold on with 18:23 to go in this first period. Face-off coming up on the near side. Draw here is going to be taken by Kurt Clary for the Bulldogs, but loses out to Nathan Bottles from the dot. This is held in by the Chippewas at the point. Puck bouncing around. Falls to Martin. He'll let go a shot. Hit his own teammate there. That was Gilgren in the way. Bottles spinning away from a check. Looking to drop it off to the point as he's hampered by Nybor. Eno Nybor with some physical play as this will be pitchforked ahead by Clary into the Chippewa zone. Played up the boards. Looking for it here and finding it is Sorrell. Max Sorrell puts one on goal for the Bulldogs' first shot of the night. Tapped on by Bottles away from the stick of Goldberg. Nathan Bottles looking into the middle here. Spinning away from pressure is Connor Morgan. Schultz will turn and fire. Puck ramped up off a stick and over the net. Bulldogs looking to break the puck out. This is Alfonsi with a nice move in neutral ice. Anthony Alfonsi missed the net with the shot. Puck around the far dasher board and sliding in to keep it in was Malinich. Central Michigan behind the goal with it. Spinning away from pressure. Alfonsi will give chase against Messina. Chippewas able to get it out, but this puck was sent all the way down the ice untouched, but CMU able to win the race. Big hit laid there by Sorrell. And we'll see what the call is here. Looks like the referee's going to take both of the combatants in the corner, Max Sorrell and Connor Morgan, going to the box. Both called for roughing. And we'll move to 4-on-4 hockey here with 16:53 left to go in the first period. Two minutes up on the score clock on both sides, and we'll continue 4-on-4. Bulldogs send out Antonio Briggs-Blake, Travis Simons, as well as Gavin Daum and Tyler Allen. This is shot in by Simons all the way around the wall. Briggs-Blake there to keep it in. He'll move it off the far boards, and this will be handled by Kyle Robertson, heading up ice with steam. Robertson able to skip by Allen, looking back up top, walking in, firing there was Messina. Shot was blocked in traffic. Hobbled a bit here is Tyler Allen as the Chippewas control in the offensive zone. Campbell waiting for help to arrive. He'll hold on, slide out front, and then this is cleared away by the Bulldogs. With a minute 15 of 4-on-4 play remaining, it will be icing against Adrian. 16:07 to go in the first. Face-off won there by Gilgren. He'll follow it into the corner. Circles the net. Goldberg, what a save in tight. Got it with the glove and then covers up. Just over 4 minutes into the first. Good chance in front there for, I believe it was Beamish who directed it on goal. Finding the puck off the face-off here is Beamish, who will turn and fire. Blocker save made by the Newtown, Pennsylvania product, Rex Goldberg. Hutton able to slide it back down low. This is found by Connor Beamish. Finding it now, Gilgren. He'll circle behind the net. Players tangled up. They go down to the ice as a hit laid by Beamish. Hutton will slide it D to D. Chris Martin back for Beamish, who opts to just dump it in. Goldberg will handle it behind the net with the paddle. Here's Malinich. He's hit into the boards. Turning forward, Schultz. Shot didn't get by Nybor. Good defensive effort from the Dutch defenseman. Good effort here from Feemster to knock it away. He'll play dump and chase hockey. Goes down hard, sliding into the wall. Luckily, he's okay, as that was a heavy collision. Hutton will handle it behind the net. Skating up ice here, looking for options. Lucas Hutton, he'll take it himself. Crosses over center and then chips it in. Handled by Gavin Daum, and Daum delivers a massive hit to Morgan. Sends him flying. Puck now taken by Travis Simons. Looking to move wide here around Morgan as Simons looking out front, brings Blake Alfonsi a chance. And able to just get a piece was Woolery, the goaltender. Robertson showing off his speed once again. Driving towards the goal. Goldberg the stop. Puck still loose. Schultz banging away. Follow-up chance, and that is gloved. Goldberg snaps up the shot from Messina for a whistle with 14:03 to go in the first. Shot 6-1 in favor of the visitors from Central Michigan. Julian Johnson will discover the puck off the faceoff. Slides it over for Siraki. Let a shot go. Collided heavily with Johnson. That's Emery Johnson, who will take it ahead. That takes an odd bounce off a partition. Then fielded by Williamson, who turned it right over and back up the other direction as Vasilevich. Goldberg will cover up with 13:38 left to go in the first. Face-off won by the Bulldogs. Malinich will send it around. This is banked on ahead for Andrew Porzondik. Playing it there is Goldberg. Nybor looking for it. He's collided with hard by Nathan Bottles. Flipping this one ahead is Will Smith. It'll go all the way down ice, and it'll be icing against Adrian College. 13:09 left to go in the first period. Chippewas lead 1-0 thanks to a goal from Owen Campbell. That goal came, I believe, 27 seconds into the game. Face-off one back. This is carried ahead by Tyler Allen. Still Allen with the puck. He enters in. Able to beat one, but eventually has it sticked away by Martin. Chris Martin will look cross ice. Takes a bounce off the stick of O'Dowd. Emery Johnson looking to work it away. This is O'Dowd on the wall. Working hard to try and clear. It's picked up by TJ Anderson. Anderson hip checked into the boards. Strong contact. Nice hit made by Porzondik as walking in O'Dowd. And kick save made by Caleb Woolery. Knocked back in by Williamson. Right into the hands of Bowerson. Kyle Bowerson can't clear as it's held in by Sorrell. Bottles looking forwards. Bowerson and O'Dowd tied up. Delayed penalty coming against Adrian as Goldberg will make a glove save. Central Michigan about to move to the power play here at Arrington Ice Arena. They lead 1-0. Cross-checking will be the call against Ethan O'Dowd, the freshman. Believe it transpired away from the play. Chippewas see their first power play action of the night. They send out Beamish, Nadeau, Campbell, Messina, and Robertson on the power play unit. Puck tied up. Looking for it here, Malinich. Able to clear it, but only as far as center ice. Spencer Messina will drop it off. Robertson, an extremely talented skater, will move up ice again. Looking to slide this one rink wide. What a play. Nadeau looked back across instead of shooting it. Found here by Beamish. Point for Messina at the NCAA logo. Gives, gets it back. Steps into a shot. That deflects up over the goal. May have gone off a Bulldog. Good keep in by Robertson. A chance. Swiping at it there was Feimster. Didn't get there in time. Bulldogs send it up out of play. That was Nybor. And there's a minute 18 remaining on the Chippewa power play. Look there at the coaching staff for the Bulldogs. Justin Snyder. Face off, one back for Sorrell. He'll continue to battle for it. Loose biscuit found shorthanded by Alfonsi. Had a good scoring chance earlier on in this first period. Best opportunity for Adrian so far in this game. Slid to the near boards. Hutton looking across. Stabbing at it there was Daum. This will be rimmed around on the power play by the Chippewas. Chris Martin unable to keep it in as Alfonsi will pester him. Alfonsi bumping it back for Sorrell, who will wire it the length of the ice. Maybe one last rush opportunity here for CMU. Here's Isaac Gibbs. Driving wide. He'll look backwards for Hutton as he's rubbed out by Sorrell. Gibbs taken down by Sorrell, who put him in a headlock. And number 13 for the Bulldogs will head to the penalty box for the second time in this game. Chippewas will be 5-on-3 now for the next 23 seconds and then have another about a minute and a half of power play time. Bottles will take this face-off against Briggs Blake. Winning it to Gilgren. Slid rink wide. Robertson walks in, shoots, missed the net wide. Rebound chance off the end wall from Gilgren. Swing and a miss. Robertson again moving forward. He goes top shelf and scores to make it 2-0 Chippewas. So O'Dowd heads out of the penalty box. Still a minute 47 remaining on the penalty to Sorrell. So the Chippewas will stay on the man advantage. They strike to go up by 2 on the 5-on-3. Face off won by Bottles. Porzondik bumping it for Robertson. Martin with it now. Saucered on for Gilgren. Able to sidestep the pressure from Greg Feimster. Banked down low. This is sent off the wall. Alfonsi will send it all the way down. Feimster in pursuit as Caleb Woolery will just leave it for Robertson. Looks as if there's no Evan Bliss today, the captain for the Bulldogs. We have not seen him take a shift yet. Appears to be out of the lineup. Bottles driving wide. Turning, shooting one. Turned aside by Goldberg. Feimster bumps into Gilgren hard. Still, the Chippewas maintain possession. This one sent all the way back into the neutral zone. Handled by Chris Martin with 45 seconds left on the power play for the Chips. Central Michigan rocking their maroon sweaters, the all-maroon look for the Chippewas, and Bulldogs in the gray as Martin drives in towards the goal and skies one over the crossbar. Bennett hustling to get there, and maybe a chance developing here for Will Smith. Smith has a chance if he can hurry, and a strong back check from the Chippewas, especially Connor Beamish, who backtracked to close down time and space for Will Smith there. Taking it wide now, Nadeau. Stops up, fed back to Campbell. 5 seconds until Sorrell returns to the contest. Martin will move it to the far side. Walking in, a chance. Shot coming from Lucas Hutton is saved by Goldberg. Speared out, and maybe a chance for Max Sorrell. Fresh out of the box, it's Sorrell. 1-on-1, missed the net. Rebound chance, couldn't put it on net with the backhand. This is carried on by Campbell. Had the first goal of this hockey game for the Chippewas. Controlled back by Messina. Lofts one in for his forwards to chase. Handled by Nybor. Looking to turn away from the press and taken here by Campbell. A shot low on Goldberg. Wasn't able to spot it, but sealed off the bottom of the ice with his right pad. Flipped out by Malinich, and maybe a chance here for Feimster. Got away from Messina. He'll chase it to the near corner. This is lifted up to the far side. Clary is there, whacking at it. Still Kurt Clary looking for the puck. Instead, it'll be skated up ice by Luke Vasilevich. Vasilevich is hit hard by Gavin Daum. Bulldogs trying to clear, but this is held in. Nice play by Bowerson at the point. Julian Johnson, I believe a former player for Adrian College, is battling. Comes back up top for Martin. All the way over for Kyle Bowerson. High shot, missed the mark. TJ Anderson. Back for Martin. Slid along the kick plate by Tyler Allen. Anderson finding it here on the near boards. He's tangled up with Julian Johnson. Now Allen once more stops up behind the crease. Anderson played to the middle. This one is battled for by Daum. Allen will get away from a check. Sidesteps Chippewa. 6.5 minutes to go in the first period. Central Michigan up 2-0. Sent off the boards. Rink-wide pass from Williamson. Steered on by Sorrell. Here's Emery Johnson moving to the left side. Kick save, Woolery. Sent up ice now. Skating onto it is Brendan Schultz, and he is knocked over by Sorrell. Big hit there from number 13. Always loves to throw his weight around, but it will go down as a shot on goal. 13-4. Chippewas have the lead in that metric. Face-off, one back by Gibbs for Hutton at the blue line. Rattles the puck all the way around, and Brandon Clements is there. This is centered in front. Nice save made by Goldberg. Sprawled out. He'll make another stop. Golden saves here from Goldberg. Made 3 in a row to deny the Chippewas. Clements walking in. That caromed off the stick of Johnson out front again. Goldberg says no. Bulldogs ice it here, and the faceoff will be coming back in their own end. 5:28 to go in the first period as Rex Goldberg has saved 15 of 17. Face off, one back by Bottles. Gilgren tries a shot that's off the shin pad of Antonio Briggs-Blake, Played on by Robertson. Really good addition for the D3 Chippewa blue line this season. Messina will step into a howitzer, which is blocked by Emery Johnson. Feimster battling on the wall. Williamson will join him. Finding it, Bottles. Goldberg kicked aside, finds its way to Feimster. Sorrell with it. Chippewas smothering the Bulldog breakout. Still they cannot clear. Messina will skate in as he's pestered and hooked. Glove comes off for Spencer Messina, continuing to play without his glove and now looking to acquire it again. Puck iced down by Adrian yet again. And the draw will be back in the Bulldog zone with 4:38 to go in the first. Already 19 shots for the Chippewas in this contest. Draw one by Central Michigan. Face-off found by O'Dowd, able to move it for Feimster. On the right wing, this is saved by Woolery. Big loss for the Bulldogs as they're missing Evan Bliss today. Not sure what the circumstances are, but always tough to play without your captain. I don't think we have seen much of Travis Simons, the leading scorer for the Bulldogs, either. Simons and Bliss are 1-2 in scoring. The freshman Simons has 17 points on the year. Bliss has 16. And the next highest scorer on the squad is Brian Tanner and Greg Feimster with 5 each. So also with 5 points on the year, Brett Witten. Witten out of the lineup and concussion protocol. So most of the offensive firepower for Adrian absent this evening at Arrington Ice Arena. Makes it a difficult matchup. Campbell will walk in, defended by Nybor. Nice move to stay with it here as Campbell slid it out front. Good chance for Andrew Miller, denied again by Goldberg, who's been stellar in the first. Devin Bennett showing off his wheels. Gets the moneymakers pumping. Will move it to the middle, and it's turned aside. Simons out on the ice. Good to see him out there as Bennett will spin it back in. Puck found by Martin. Long feed is fielded by Alfonsi. He will bank it off the wall. Stood up by Martin. Heads back in on the forecheck as Siraki all the way around and out towards Dawn. Looking over again for Allen, who ices the puck. .240 to go in this first period. Chippewas are up 2-0. Could be up by way more if not for the strong play of Rex Goldberg. Nybor sends the puck up and out of play. Isaac Gibbs walking in. Puck deflected. It's found at the near wall by Alfonsi. Emery Johnson knocked over there by Morgan. Martin to hold it in. On the far wall, it's Travis Simons. Can't clear as it's held in well by Bowerson. Reversed back up the boards by Simons. Off the skate of Dom. Schultz, a chance, had his stick lifted by Alfonsi. Net empty. Chippewas can't find it. The assistant captain, Briggs Blake, will flip it out towards the Bulldog logo in the middle of the ice. Hutton, pressured by Alfonsi. This is taken by Simons. Two top players for the Bulldogs in the lineup today. Simons, and Alfonsi try to connect, but it's back out to the neutral zone. Sorrell looking up again for Simons. Stolen by TJ Anderson, a shot sent wide of the left post. Gibbs played it to the near side. This will be lifted in. Handled by Porzondik. Spins one toward Goldberg. Where's the puck? Dangerously close to the goal line, but it looks like Goldberg kept it out with $1:22 left in the first period. Face-off one back by the Chippewas. Williamson moved it for Feimster. Sent on for TJ Anderson. Gilgren. Pressured here by Polena. And Chippewas ice it. Minute and 3 seconds before the first intermission. Hutton has the puck as the Chippewas won the draw. We're in the final minute of the first. Still a long way to go in this one. Bulldogs struggling early. Simons will wind and fire. That's off the back of Clements. Malinich. Cycled down by Alfonsi, taken by Clements, and he'll clear. Skips over the stick of Thomas Malinich. He'll have to backtrack for it. Behind the goal again is Malinich. Slid up for Simons, who angles it out. Clements has it. Shot in. 27 to go here in the first. It's moved to the near side by Malinich. Found here by Simons. Briggs Blake sweeping it away, but not quite out. Flips one up. Simons looking for it. Collides with Hutton as it's collected by Clements. Nice move there by Brandon Clements as he dances in, but not enough time left on the clock to get a shot off. We'll head to the first intermission with the score 2-0 in favor of the Chippewas. We'll be back with the second period of action here from Arrington Ice Arena after these messages.
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
Welcome back inside Arrington Ice Arena, everyone. Calvin Keys with you here on Adrian College Television. This is ACHA Men's Division III Ice Hockey as we get set to start the second period. Chippewas lead by 2 going into the second frame. Their opening goal came just 27 seconds into the period, courtesy of Owen Campbell, and they follow that up with a power play goal from Kyle Robertson to make it 2-0, heavily outshooting the Bulldogs 20-4 in the first 20 minutes, but Rex Goldberg played really well, stopping 18 of 20. He's been strong in net for Adrian College all season, and he continues his strong play today. Adrian with a chance to try and bounce back. Down by 2, but not out of it yet. And thanks to the strong play of their goaltender, if they can pop 1 or 2 quick goals in the second period, we could have a hockey game on our hands. Feimster wins the opening second period draw off of Jay Nadeau, and we're back underway at the AIA. Sorrell, big hit on Beamish, handled by Nadeau. He'll circle the goal, looking out front. Goldberg, another pair of nice stops, and he'll slide out of his goal to grab it as Beamish is tangled up with Feimster. "19 seconds into this second period, we'll have a face-off on the far side of the Bulldogs zone. Briggs Blake to take it against Nadeau. Briggs Blake winning it back for Nybor. Banks one around, too high for Malinich to handle. He's crunched by Nadeau, but able to chip it out. Briggs Blake hot on the heels of Robertson. It'll be reversed around, an open space for one of the goal scorers for the Chippewas, Campbell, to move it ahead. Malinich will handle it. Saucered for Feimster, who tried to edge it by Messina with no luck. Robertson, nice feed to Messina. Backhands a pass on ahead for Andrew Siraki. Goldberg leaving it for Malinich as he's hit by Siraki. Simons banked on for Feimster, who's played pretty well so far in the hockey game. Clements will head back to regain control. Looking up ice for Siraki now. Into the middle, all alone, and what a save made by Rex Goldberg with Luke Vasilovich with the best chance so far of this second period. Goldberg able to keep it out, and the score remains 2-0 in favor of Central Michigan. Goldberg, another grade A save. I believe that was off his right shoulder. Shrugged off by the Pennsylvanian. This face-off one back, moved on by Siraki. Dom, met by Julian Johnson, who will fall on top of the puck. They dig away at it. Brandon Clements, shot that's off the side of the cage, and somehow Goldberg able to get in position as he was falling. And the goal is waved off with 18:21 to go in the second. Another face-off coming up in Adrian territory. Face-off one back by the Chippewas. Turning with it, Gilgren pulling it into his body, but lost it. Taken away by Sorrell. He's got Emery Johnson up ice if he can find him. Instead, decides to just shoot it in. It's played up along for Williamson. Shot back in. Hutton goes D-to-D for Clements. Bounces off of a Chippewa and now banked on ahead. Andrew Williamson to corral it. Williamson opens up, banks the puck off the wall, squirts out into neutral ice. Taken by Clements, who collided with the official, so now Woolery will play it with the stick. Kurt Clary moved to get by one, but lost control, and Porzondik up the other direction. Andrew Porzondik into the middle. Sorrell tangled up with Bottles. They both go down hard in an awkward collision. Porzondik below the goal line, centered for Morgan. Puck loose as Goldberg made the stop. Follow-up from Bowerson is blocked by Clary, who slid in. Bowerson on the right wing, and again that's shrugged off by Goldberg. Porzondik off the board, skate to stick for Simons, and then finally bounced out where Briggs Blake is going to get to the puck first. Trying to shield the puck away from Bowerson. Briggs Blake down for Alfonsi on the cycle. Simons again. Passing attempt high up in the air. Briggs Blake able to find it. Feeds Alfonsi, too hot to handle. Martin backhanded around the boards where it's taken by Schultz off the official. Now Schultz will regain it and pass too far ahead of Gibbs, so this will be icing against the Chippewas with 16:27 to go in the second period. Shots 22-4 in favor of the visitors. Bulldogs yet to put a puck on frame in the second period. Get a look there at Thomas Malinich heading off to the bench. Thanks to Adrian Machalik for helping out running the action cam. Calvin Keys here on the call. Kenny Shoup directing, doing a really nice job, and working our camera today is Lily Storer. This one moved D to D and squeaks by Rex Goldberg. That is Brendan Schultz. He gets the goal to put the Chippewas up 3-0. Schultz able to finish, and what is his fourth goal of the year in his 14th game. Odd man rush leads to a goal. Goldberg lets the puck just squeak by him. He's made a lot of nice saves up to this point, but maybe a shot he'd like back, although it is a 2-on-1, so a challenging situation for a goaltender. Will Smith will find it at center. Plays the puck in deep. Taken by Messina. Around the boards, Campbell touched into the middle for a speeding Jay Nadeau. Nadeau on the left wing, another 2-on-1, kicked out by the left blocker of Goldberg, and what a shot from Kyle Robertson. An absolute missile that puts the Chips up 4-0. That's his second of the game, and the defenseman's fourth of the season. Sorry for that. Technical difficulties back here at Arrington Ice Arena. Chippewas are up 4-0. Nice move by Messina to get by Bennett. Played down low by the Chippewas, handled by Nybor. Robertson, who's now looking for the hat trick with 2 goals to his name, will slide it deep. Beamish around. Taken by TJ Anderson. Trying to get by one is Campbell. Back to the point, Nadeau. Finds Robertson, who's been the best player for the Chippewas so far in this game. Emery Johnson able to stand up Spencer Messina. Nybor sent it right into Connor Beamish. Finally cleared out by the Bulldogs, but Robertson will beat Bennett to the puck. This is played over by Nybor. Nice breakout by the Bulldogs. Malinich shot into the far corner. Brandon Clements there to reclaim the puck. Losing an edge is Devin Bennett. Julian Johnson crosses over the attacking blue line. Followed up there by Miller. Clements walking the blue line, unloading a shot, and blocked aside by Briggs Blake. Finding Brandon Clements again. This puck goes off the back of the net. Dom around, taken by Simons. This is skated on by Ty Allen. Set towards the goal by Briggs Blake and turned aside by Woolery. His first save of this second period. Hasn't faced a lot of action. Briggs Blake moving in. This is sent into the middle. Miller ushering it on for Julian Johnson. Shot is wide from the Chippewas Johnson. Got this puck turned over. Vasiljevic moving it back over for Miller, who couldn't handle it. And this one will be skated out and then played in deep by Tyler Allen as the Bulldogs get a line change. Julian Johnson clearing it out. Vasiljevic with the puck into the middle off the skate of Gilgren, able to keep a hold of it. Bounced off the wall by Hutton. Touched out here by Kurt Clary. Clary looking to play this puck along. Found by the Chippewas, centered into the middle for Nathan Bottles. Bottles cuts into center, and that is saved easily with the glove hand of Rex Goldberg. 13 minutes to go in the second period. Face-off won by Adrian. Quickly swept away from Will Smith, and this is now taken by Nybor. Moved up for Emery Johnson. Bumped into by Bottles. Feemster thought he kept it in, but puck came outside the blue line. So the face-off will come just outside the Chippewa zone in neutral ice. Connor Morgan able to skip by a man at center. Gibbs looking for it. This is taken by Emery Johnson. Dahm, nice passing play between the Bulldogs and an even better back check from Schultz to break up the rush. Gibbs trying to skip the other way. Knee-on-knee contact as Sorrell collided with Gibbs. And this is going to be a knee penalty, or rather they'll signal a trip against Sorrell off a dangerous hit from Max Sorrell. Stuck out the knee on Gibbs. Chippewas back to the power play here with 12:20 left in the second period. Malinich can't clear, held in by Robertson. Gibbs back up for Robertson. Robertson lost his edge, and here's Greg Feemster. Off to the races. Feemster unloads a shot, and that is pinned by Woolery, who will opt to play it here on the power play. Great chance shorthanded from Feemster. Woolery stays sharp in net, despite not facing a lot of action lately. Morgan crosses over the blue line. Angled by Malinich. Schultz. Back behind for Morgan. Up top, Robertson. Now Martin. Down low, it's Gibbs. Looking into the middle. Pass is blocked off by Malinich. Turning, firing, missing the net is Isaac Gibbs. Robertson walking the blue line. Can't be controlled by Morgan. Nybor has it and played around. Regaining control, Gibbs looks for Chris Martin. Gibbs walking in, trying to snap a shot, fanned on it, and Briggs Blake will clear it. Handled here by Caleb Woolery with 40 seconds left on the Chippewa power play. Martin dropped off for Gibbs. Up ice is Campbell. Already has a goal in this hockey game. It's slid rink wide. Chris Martin, plenty of time and space. Deflection, I believe off the stick of Robertson. And Alfonsi will clear. And a move that should negate the rest of the central power play. This is taken up ice by Beamish. Able to move it for Campbell, saucered into the middle, and Beamish directs it wide of Goldberg. Here's Campbell. Up for Hutton. Alfonsi trying to block it. It snuck through, but didn't get by Goldberg as he'll smother for the whistle. 10-10 to go in the second. Jay Nadeau on the draw here against Devin Bennett. Face off. One back by the Bulldogs, but Nadeau got there, got the shot off, and Goldberg got it in his glove. Bennett versus Nadeau, the face-off matchup. Nadeau wins it cleanly for Beamish. Moving forward here is Hutton. Missed the net. Clements will handle it. Nice tip by Nadeau into the middle. Shot let go. Goldberg fought it off. Sorrell will chip it out. Clements opens up. Moves it rink wide for Hutton. Gives, then gets it back. This is moved onwards by Campbell. Hutton up ahead. Hard collision with Anderson. Looking for it here, Nadeau, as Sorrell will battle for it with Beamish. Campbell eventually emerges in possession. Brandon Clements back down for Beamish. Nadeau below the goal line. Up top, Clements decides to slide it over. Long shot coming in from Lucas Hutton. Didn't get through. Anderson working in the far corner. This is touched through by Sorrell, trying to use the wall, but not a lot of mustard behind it. Campbell controls. Nice move to get by Sorrell and then sends a shot into the netting. .9:05 to go in the second period. Chippewas lead 4-0 here on the road against Adrian in ACHA Men's Division III hockey. Face-off one back by Julian Johnson. Chris Martin, long shot, pinballs around. Julian Johnson skied it above the goal mouth. Emery Johnson, or rather that's Tyler Allen, tried to work it out. Hit hard by Miller. Julian Johnson battling for it, pestered by Eno Nybor. Rimmed around. On the wall is Bowerson. Angled to the boards is Malinich. Both teams dig away and dig in along the half wall. Finally free for Bowerson. Uncorks a shot that hit his own teammate. Clary trying to knock it away. Alfonsi will bump it up for Kurt Clary and has a speeding Tyler Allen up the center of the ice. If he can scamper away, and he can, as that was a strong back-checking effort from Chris Martin to negate the rush for the Bulldogs. Shots 29-6 here in the second period. Bulldogs sliding in off the skate of Alfonsi and behind the goal. He's stymied by Bowerson. Still the Chippewas cannot clear. Finally they will, as this is caressed by Siraki. Bounces off of Dom and will be scooped up by Goldberg for the whistle. Face-off won by the Chippewas. Messina, slap shot over the crossbar, held in by Robertson. Puck controlled by Bottles, but he's pinned to the boards now by Feemster. Joining the play are Ethan O'Dowd and Josh Gilgren. Still they battle. Chippewas have it. It's in front. Goldberg the save. So that was a nice passing play between the likes of Bottles, Porzondik, and Gilgren. Porzondik tied up with Feemster. This puck shepherded out front by the Bulldogs and skips around awkwardly in the slot. It is salvaged now by Will Smith. Angled up in the air. Jump ball. brought down, and we've got a hand pass here, I believe, against the Chippewas. 6:54 to go in the second period here on ACTV. Thanks for joining us. Calvin Keys, Lily Storer, Kenny Shoup, and Adrian Machalik behind the scenes in this ACHA Division III broadcast. Anderson hit hard. Robertson looking for it. Comes away with the puck. Has some serious velocity up ice as he'll skip by Sorrell before being angled to the wall by Devin Bennett. Nice work by the Bulldogs centerman to get Robertson wide. Shifty customer. Morgan slid down. Gibbs turns out front, and Goldberg shuts him down. Sorrell up the far wall. Bothered by Robertson. Moving to the near side, and somehow will evade any Chippewas with the dump in. Sliding in now is Allen. Literally sliding in as he lost his balance. Sent around by Spencer Messina. Malinich kept in. Allen knocked down by Robertson as a pair of Chippewas collide. Antonio Briggs-Blake has it in his own end. Long saucer cannot be knocked down by Allen. Instead, it'll be icing against Adrian with 5:41 to go in the second. Face off won back by Briggs-Blake. Nadeau looking over for poor Zondik. Hutton getting it through. Owen Campbell rather had it. Taken by Malinich. Chipped up in the air. Alfonsi is looking for it. Angled off the puck by Hutton. We've got an interference call coming against Lucas Hutton, who kept Anthony Alfonsi away from the puck. Bulldogs will have a power play here with 5:15 left to go in the second. Interference will be the call against Hutton. Knocked back by Briggs-Blake off the faceoff. Found by Tyler Allen. Bothered by Chris Martin. Campbell spins this one all the way down ice. A weird skipper that Goldberg's able to stop, and he'll play it for Gavin Dong. Adrian waits to orchestrate the power play here. Travis Simons lost it. Shot back down by the Chippewas. Briggs-Blake has it. Simons to the near side. Allen skates in, angled wide by Clements. Brandon Clements with his first career goal last season against Grand Valley State. Got to call that while I was back for winter break in Mount Pleasant, my hometown. Campbell skating ahead into the offensive zone. Moving in. Goldberg, another really nice save, and he'll hold on to it with 4:10 to go. Good chance shorthanded for Jay Nadeau. As I was saying, got to call Brandon Clements' first career goal last December at the Martin Ice Arena in Mount Pleasant, as Chippewas had a big upset over Grand Valley State a season ago. And fun to see a lot of old friends from Central Michigan. My hometown, grew up in Mount Pleasant, played out of the Martin Ice Arena all growing up, and got Reagan Cleaves and Parker Morrison on the call for the CMU Club Hockey Network. They're doing a great job with the radio broadcast here today. It's turned over. Nathan Bottles moving in. He's hooked by Nybor. This will be a penalty against the Bulldogs. Cool to see a lot of old friends after I spent my junior and senior year of high school covering the games for the Central Michigan Division III hockey team. We've got Eno Nybor going to the penalty box for 2 minutes. And We'll get the signal here in a second. I believe it'll be hooking. Hooking is the call here against Eno Nybor. And he's leaving the game. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, they're going to call a penalty shot. It was interesting. Thought they were signaling that Nybor was going to leave the contest, but that's not the case at all. Penalty shot the decision. I don't know if that's the right call, as Nybor and Bottles look to be about even, but regardless, this is a big moment for the Central Michigan Chippewas to try to make it a 5-goal lead. Bottles draws the penalty shot shorthanded. He'll head in mano-a-mano with Goldberg. Bottles moves to the backhand and scores. 5-0 Chips. Another look at this one. Just textbook from Bottles. Moves Goldberg, freezes him, takes it to the backhand. And a really nice goal from number 27, Nathan Bottles, on the penalty shot. The senior and assistant captain for the Chippewas has his 3rd goal of the year. Not sure why that was a penalty shot. Would love to see the penalty that was committed again, because it looked like Nybor was pretty much even with Bottles. You got to have a clear breakaway in order for that penalty shot call to be made, but doesn't make a tremendous difference. 5 goals opposed to 4. Andrew Siraki will move ahead. Hutton, Lucas Hutton that is, for the Chippewas, has 15 seconds before he returns. So I guess that goes down as a shorthanded goal on the penalty shot from Nathan Bottles. Siraki will handle it. Dances in as Julian Johnson, strike 1 for number 37. Sorrell back along, unable to corral it there was Emery Johnson. Got a Bulldog pile up at center. Other direction by Messina, excuse me, and Feimster gives him a little bit of trouble. Sorrell is battling for the puck. Robertson. Alfonsi, another shot from Robertson. That went off the back of the Bulldogs defenseman, Andrew Williamson. Open space for Robertson to let another one go. Goldberg denies his hat trick bid with a glove stop. He's saved 32 of 37. It's only the 2nd period. Vasiljevic, is going to be ushered aside by the referee. 2:38 to go in this 2nd period. Sent up the wall, didn't get to Will Smith. Connor Morgan has it now. Dropped off for Gibbs. Impeding the puck is Smith. Plays it out and is hit hard by Morgan. Bit slow to get up and some discomfort. He'll stay out on the ice. Dahm will settle the play down. Nice pass for Smith. Looking up the middle, here's Nathan Polena. Smith, a drive, and not on target. Morgan up ahead for Schultz as we're in the final 2 minutes of the 2nd period. Slid on ahead. Morgan has it. Gibbs will move it into the middle for Schultz as we've got a whistle and perhaps a penalty here against Central Michigan. Not sure why the whistle went. We're going to see a neutral zone draw. So maybe it was a hand pass or a high stick. Your guess is as good as mine. Malinich up ahead. Pushed into the boards by Nadu. Anthony Alfonsi has it. That puck got by everybody. Icing waved. Taken by Bowerson. Able to nudge it for Owen Campbell. Goals from Owen Campbell, 2 from Kyle Robertson, Brendan Schultz, and the penalty shot goal, shorthanded, from Nathan Bottles, make it 5-0 Chippewas as we approach the second intermission. Bowerson to move it in. Malinich to go back for it. He was hit hard by Connor Beamish. This is slid into the middle by Simons, who not seen a lot on the ice, which is uncharacteristic for his skill level, and he's the leading scorer for the Bulldog team. Campbell driving wide around Nyborg. Clary pressuring the point. Nadeau handles it. Briggs Blake. This is wrapped around. Clements looking for it. Simons there. Brandon Clements back up top. Chris Martin, the shot blockered away by Goldberg as Clary looks to move it over. Sorrell for Simons. Off the boards, but kept in well by the captain for the Chippewas, Chris Martin. Sorrell able to get by one. Briggs Blake skating after it. Tired legs on the ice for the Bulldogs. Still unable to get a change. Briggs Blake will finally be able to get off, replaced by Anderson. 5 seconds here as Goldberg will wrap it around the boards. Shot will not get off. Clary a heavy hit. And that'll do it for the second period as Clary given a shove by Josh Gilgren. But it won't matter as the score is 5-0 Central Michigan going into the second intermission break. Back with the third period after these messages on ACTV.
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, gut out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian.
Oh. Welcome back inside Arrington Ice Arena here on Adrian College Television. Calvin Keys with Kenny Shoup, Lily Storer, and Adrian Machalik here with you with this ACHA Division III hockey broadcast. Thanks to all of them for helping out behind the scenes. Obviously, everyone hears my voice, but you know they do a lot to make sure that this broadcast runs smoothly, and without them, you know, wouldn't be able to see the game, which in the end, that's the most important thing. So thanks to them. We're all students here at Adrian College, and we appreciate you tuning in. If you're enjoying what you're seeing in our coverage, feel free to subscribe on YouTube and follow us at Adrian College TV on Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, the whole kit and caboodle. We've got the third period puck drop, and we're back underway with the Chippewas leading over the Adrian Bulldogs 5-0. Travis Simons will move this towards the far wall. Tyler Allen will apply pressure. Goldberg out of his net to play it. We've got a goaltending change for the Chippewas. Nick Wilson is in for Caleb Woolery. Freshman goaltender replaces freshman goaltender here in Adrian, Michigan. Malinich lifts the stick of Campbell. This will be controlled by Messina. Spencer Messina, a senior on this Central Michigan team. Alfonsi lost it. Cleared out by the Chippewas. Sorrell will go back for the puck. Max Sorrell circling on, got 6 penalty minutes so far in this game. Robertson will handle the biscuit. Robertson can get up to speed so very quickly, heads into the offensive zone now. Gets around Sorrell, looking across, and it was away from the stick of Vasilovich. Up the other direction, Emery Johnson is tripped up by Andrew Miller. And Robertson will settle the play down. Delayed penalty, or rather it's delayed offside against the Adrian Bulldogs as Feemster forced to tag up. This will be moved on ahead for Gilgren. Feemster crosses over center. Heads into the offensive zone. He's tangled up. Takes down Gilgren. We're going to get a penalty here against Adrian. Feemster was wrapped up by Gilgren and then kind of put him in a headlock and pulled him down. And he's going to the box for 2 minutes. Holding is the call against Feemster. Chippewas back to the power play here, less than 2 minutes into the third period. Nathan Bottles to take the draw. Opposite of Will Smith, Porzondik trying to get a shot off. This is off the boards and finds its way ahead for Devin Bennett. Stick checked away by Hutton, who will slide it rink wide here and now move forward by Messina. Bottles scampers in. Shot off and wide of the left post. Messina. Porzondik walking in. Goldberg fights it off as it went off his mask. Bulldogs clear it down, puck on edge, and first touch of this third period from Nick Wilson, the freshman. First game action of the season for Wilson tonight. This is skated in by Josh Gilgren, the junior. Slid down. What a tip by Andrew Porzondik. That was incredible. And a little Antonio Brown style dance there as he tips it top left corner. 17:24 left in the third period. as Porzondik strikes. Look as he puts his stick on the ice and just tips that one above the blocker hand of Goldberg. Essentially impossible to stop from Porzondik. This one back in Chippewa territory as we just saw Porzondik's third goal of the season. The senior, who's been a great player for this Chippewa team for a while now, for the past 4 years, gets on the board here at Arrington Ice Arena. Bulldogs being outshot 39-6 here in the third period. Clements is knocked over by Emery Johnson. Clements unable to keep it in, as he'll be pressured again here by Johnson. Knocked away from Clements. Smith will direct it over, or Wilson, excuse me. Clary to keep it in. Fanned on it. Now taken by Hutton. Pass to Schultz is picked off by Sorrell, who will send one on goal. Save made by Nick Wilson, believe the first of his career as a Chippewa. Goldberg is way out to play it, sends it off the plexiglass window. Sorrell will move ahead. Into the middle, Devin Bennett. Shot in. Bennett there once more. Looking out front, this is Clary. Gibbs will knock it away from danger, but not out, as Bennett turns it back in, easily picked up by Messina. Off the window, TJ Anderson to go back for the biscuit. Anderson turning up ice with the vulcanized rubber. Able to angle it to himself, lost an edge. Played it while sliding on the ice. Robertson snaps one up for Campbell, who scored 27 seconds into this game. Around the boards, it's Anderson. Both teams battle for it. This is found by Feemster as he's hit by Nadeau. In the near corner. Trying to clear it out are the Bulldogs. It's held in by Nadeau. Back for Robertson, long shot, tipped in transit by Nadeau, up into the fishing net for a whistle with 15-16 left in the third. Face-off coming up here between Greg Feemster and Julian Johnson. Johnson wins it back. Long shot by Robertson that goes off the skate of Thomas Malinich. The freshman looking to jackknife the puck out of his own end. Feemster's hit into the wall. Robertson controls the rubber disc. Fielded with the right glove of Feemster. Rips a shot, and another nice save made by Nick Wilson with the blocker. Simons to hold it in. Blocked by Andrew Miller, who plays it deep. Nybor will retrieve. He's hit into the wall by Siraki. Andrew Siraki looking to center for Julian Johnson. Puck loose. A scramble for it. Goldberg the initial save. And can keep the puck out, as I think he lost his blocker on the play, but kept the puck out. Rex Goldberg has been the best player for Adrian by far in this contest. He's been incredible. 14:32 to go in the third. Goldberg has made 36 saves. Look at Brennan Martin, the head coach for the Chippewas. Does a great job with this team as an alum himself. 5-year player for the Chippewas. Did a great job during his time as a blue liner for this team. Assistant coaches for the Chippewas, Tyler Koth and Charlie Hayes. Hayes also an alum of the program, who was a former captain. Both Brennan Martin and Charlie Hayes captains for this Central Michigan team. Controlled by Porzondik, rink wide. Chris Martin looking backdoor for Bottles. Runs in the family for the Martins. And Chris Martin, younger brother of the head coach of this team, Brennan Martin. Chris Martin, a defenseman, just like his brother was for this Chippewa team. Brennan Martin, an incredible player. Got to call a lot of his games when I was in high school, and rocked a textbook, or trademark rather, silver steel cage on his helmet. Pretty unique. He pulled it off as a fashion statement, though. Daum angled on by Briggs Blake off the pass. Move to the near side. Chris Martin can't handle it. Into the middle. Connor Morgan. Headmanned for Schultz. Back in the middle. Morgan had it go off his skate. Cycle for Schultz. Knocked away by Sorrell. Max Sorrell hustling in after it. Hit Schultz hard. Brandon Clements walks in, unloads a slap shot that was blocked by Sorrell, who slid in. Into the middle, Gibbs. Knocked aside, and Gavin Daum will go for a skate. Chipped in, hit by Schultz. Bennett in on the forecheck, working hard. Gibbs back out, looks into the middle. This is taken by Morgan. Up to the point, Hutton. 12:35 to go as that was tipped on its way to the net by Brendan Schultz. Gibbs keeping it in, looking across, found by Will Smith, who lost his edge. Back into the middle, it's Gibbs, backhander off the left pipe. Feemster into the middle, this is Will Smith. Feemster, the follow-up, it's blocked by Schultz. Skipping through here is Hutton. We've got a Chippewa down on the ice. Hopefully Brendan Schultz is okay. Gets up slowly, kind of favoring his left arm. Hope Schultz is all right. Don't like to see that. Gibbs. Pass to no one in particular. Feemster slaps one in, and sliding out was Nick Wilson to grab a puck that was headed wide. He'll hold on. From the looks of things, this is going to be a bounce-back weekend for Central Michigan. They beat Adrian 10-1 last night, up 6-0 right now with 11:47 to go. Chippewas split with Michigan Flint last weekend, 5-3 win in the first game, 2-1 loss in the second. Got swept by Saginaw Valley State the weekend before that. Kind of got hosed in an OT game, in Saginaw, Michigan, where there was a clear hooking call that was missed that led to Saginaw Valley State winning in OT at the Saginaw Bay Ice Arena to get the weekend sweep. So perhaps Chippewas could have knocked off one of the top D3 teams in the ACHA. It's back to the point. Held in here by Messina. Nadu looking to the middle. Malinich around the wall. Controlled by Robertson. Fanned on the shot. Nadu into the middle. Campbell onto the backhand. Sliding over Goldberg to make the stop. And Campbell is pushed wide by TJ Anderson, and they'll continue their encounter. $11 minutes to go in the period. Looking at the upcoming schedule for both these teams, Chippewas will be back in action 2 weekends from now. They'll be down in Florida at Hertz Ice Arena to take on Florida Gulf Coast. So, day at the beach, perhaps, for the Chippewas coming up. Looking at Adrian College's schedule, they will play on December 1st and December 3rd in a home and away series against Marian University. What a save made by Rex Goldberg to keep it out once more. Save number 42 for Rex. He's been great. Good friend of mine. Great guy and an even better goaltender, or a great goaltender and even better guy, I think is the order that should go in. Really good player regardless. He lost his glove. He's trying to put it on right now. Rex Goldberg is playing great, and a Chippewa player just tapped the stick into the net of the Bulldogs. That was Luke Vasilovich, and he's going to go to the penalty box as a result. Interference as Vasilovich swiped away the stick of Goldberg, smacking it into his own net. Goldberg gets a much-needed drink of water here as the Bulldogs start the power play. He has been great. Props to the kid for fighting hard. Goldberg, a junior for this Bulldog team, and it's been through a lot. All these guys have, and especially Rex Goldberg today has worked really, really hard to do his best to keep the puck out of the net. Still let in 6, but it's been a valiant effort from number 32 between the pipes. This one shot out off the draw by Chris Martin to kill time on the penalty kill. On December 1st, Bulldogs will be in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin to take on the Marion Sabres, and then back home that Sunday right here at the Arrington Ice Arena. Again, glad you've joined us here on ACTV. Bulldogs are on the power play right now. Please hit the subscribe button if you want to stay up to date with all things Adrian College athletics. Also present on all social media platforms at Adrian College TV. Give us a follow. Post a lot of cool stuff when it comes to Adrian College athletics. Bottles will flip this puck in shorthanded. First into the corner. Pressured by Simons, triple teamed. No one can get it free though. Dom working after it. Simons finally able to grab it. Clements smacked back in. Goldberg for Gavin Dom. Over halfway through the power play, Bulldogs have not been able to get oriented in the offensive zone. Feemster troubled by Gibbs. Looking ahead. Can't find Emery Johnson. Sorrell wide for Gavin Dom. Dom behind the net. Emery Johnson trying to turn it forward as he's clattered into by Chris Martin. Big hit there. Cleared out by the Chippewas. Five seconds to go in this Bulldog power play that's been ineffective. Vasiljevic back out there after the interference call, and Robertson sent the puck off the side of his teammate's head as he was heading for the bench unawares. Messina around the boards. This is held in by Polena momentarily. Maybe a chance here for Owen Campbell. Nybor will grab it just in time. We're back to even strength, 5-on-5 with less than 8 minutes to go here in this ACHA Division III contest. Polena, huge hit on Robertson. Robertson holding on to Nybor's stick. This is sent backdoor, and they score again. Owen Campbell with his second of the game. Makes it 7-0 Central Michigan. Chips have been red hot today. Mix up there with sticks, and then it was a really nice pass made by Connor Beamish to find Campbell backdoor, and an unstoppable play if you're Rex Goldberg. Just sent across to the back door, and an easy tap in for Campbell for his second of the game and his 6th of the season in game number 12. Chippewas send it back along. Julian Johnson. Puck loose. Clary will recover. Slides it out to center. Will Smith knocked back on. Vasiljevic will handle it. Johnson working wide, tried to drop it off for Vasiljevic. Puck's still loose. Vasiljevic keeps it in. Spun over for Robertson. Messina, nice save by Goldberg, who slides across. 7 minutes to go in a 7-0 hockey game. Central Michigan dominant today, just like they were last night on their home ice, Martin Ice Arena. Julian Johnson tangled up with a Bulldog. Nybor takes down Miller. This is stabbed out by Feemster. Bowerson back, and he has it. Chris Martin. Touched through. Emery Johnson broke it up, and he's high stick there by Luke Vasiljevic. Emery Johnson in some discomfort here. Johnson high sticked, and he's going to need some attention from the trainer. We'll see if this drew blood. Could see a double minor, excuse me. Luke Vasilovich got out of the box a couple minutes ago for an interference call, and he heads right back into the enclosure for another 2 minutes. Bulldogs another chance to get their power play figured out. Face-off one back by Antonio Briggs-Blake. Long shot off of Brandon Clements and wide. Gibbs slides it all the way down, and Gavin Dahm will reclaim the puck. Bulldogs look ahead here for Travis Simons. Dropped off now for Tyler Allen. Allen walks in, looking to shoot, and he scores. Tyler Allen, his first career goal as a Bulldog, makes it 7-1. Bulldogs strike on the power play. Luke Vasilovich heads back to the bench. Tyler Allen ruins Nick Wilson's shutout to make it 7-1. Nice work by Allen as we see it again here. Just walked in, got a shot off. I think he beat Wilson, low blocker there. Congrats to Tyler Allen. He's got his first ACHA goal with the Bulldogs. Played back in by Alphonse. He lost his stick, sent high in the air as it was popped up with a lift from a Chippewa, and then was able to grab it out of midair. So something for Tyler Allen to hang his hat on in this hockey game with 5.5 to go. Nathan Bottles trying to get around Sorrell. He will try to go against the grain. It's off the left shoulder of Goldberg. Bottles had a penalty shot goal earlier on in this game. Porzondik into the middle. Bottles scampering in once more. Sticked away. Will Smith has it. Smith able to smack the puck into center. Clements lost it. Regained by Gilgren. Collision with Devin Bennett. Williamson with control. 51 shots for the Chippewas to the Bulldogs 7 in this game. Score 7-1 in favor of Central Michigan. We'll probably have a happy 2.5-hour bus ride back to Mount Pleasant before they have class early tomorrow morning, I imagine. Siraki drop back here for Lucas Hutton. Emery Johnson knocked it aside. Now Julian Johnson for the Chippewas in the near corner. Tried to drop one into the slot. Clary has it instead. Elevated down. Robertson, or rather Nick Wilson, will play it himself around the dasher board. Siraki able to evade Anderson. Bumped back down by Connor Morgan. Looking ahead here is Messina. O'Dowd will touch up for icing with 4:04 to go in the third. Face-off coming up in the offensive zone for Adrian College. Antonio Briggs-Blake versus Julian Johnson. Robertson has it. Kyle Robertson is tangled up with a Bulldog. That's Greg Feemster down. Kyle Robertson ran into Feemster, who's in some discomfort. It's going to be an elbowing call against Robertson. We hope that Feemster's okay. He's going to get up gingerly and looks to be all right. Getting some help from the trainer right now. But Feemster up on his skates and looking a little bit worse for wear, but okay overall. Feemster has worked really hard today as well. He's played with a lot of tenacity. And I think he's getting called for the penalty here. Wow. Greg Feemster going to the box. Elbowing the call against him. I thought for sure it was going to be a Chippewa going to the box, but we've got a Bulldog headed to the sin bin instead. I'm shrugging. The Central Michigan broadcast team is shrugging. Our camera person, Lily Storer, is surprised as well. A couple of questionable calls. The penalty shot earlier that went to Bottles after Nybor hooked him from right beside him. Bottles was not on a breakaway. And then got a penalty going to Greg Feemster after he was injured on the play by Andrew Robertson, or Kyle Robertson, excuse me, sorry. So interesting call there again. Minute 42 left on the Chippewa power play with 3:36 left in the game, but now we've got a penalty against the Chippewas, and that might be a makeup call against Brendan Schultz, as he's going to go to the penalty box himself. We'll be 4-on-4 for the next buck 42. Face off one back here for Spencer Messina. I encourage everyone, if they want to follow Central Michigan Club Hockey, give CCHN a follow on YouTube, because Reagan Cleaves, Devin Sarah, Derek Steele, and company do a really good job covering their games, and good friends of mine. So definitely check them out if you want to keep up to date with Central Michigan ACHA D3 hockey. CMU Club Hockey Network on YouTube. And of course, you know, if you love what we do to cover Adrian College athletics here, all brought to you by Adrian College students, subscribe to Adrian College TV, as I've mentioned numerous times today, and follow us at Adrian College TV on all platforms. Goldberg will make a nice save on Robertson. Nybor. Physical battle with Connor Morgan. This is the stage of the game where this one just needs to be seen out. No funny stuff. All these players want to be healthy after the conclusion of this one. And just as I say that, Morgan absolutely leveled by Alfonsi. Clean, shoulder-to-shoulder check. Good old-fashioned, old-time hockey. And Gibbs will steal it away from Sorrell. Tries a slap shot that's high. And it will circle all the way back into the Chippewa end of the rink. Bowerson trying to get away. Angled by Bennett. Sorrell playing it off the boards. He collides with Bowerson. We got a penalty coming against Max Sorrell as he took a hack at the back of the leg of Bowerson. Campbell threads through a pair of Bulldogs. What a play. They get it over for Nadu. Goldberg will slide into cover. Tempers flaring out there. Sorrell will give another shot to Campbell. Bennett getting in the fray. He's ushered aside by Bowerson. And Campbell is just happy to take those cross checks as they come, with the Chippewas leading 7-1. We have 6 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey right now, but I think Sorrell's going to go to the box to make this a rare 4-on-3 power play for Central Michigan for the next 6 seconds. We'll be back to 4-on-4 for 19 seconds after that. And then we will have a minute 35-second 5-on-4 power play for Central Michigan. So interesting numbers here with 2 men in the box right now for Adrian, Feemster and Sorrell, and Vasilovich in the box for the Chippewas at the moment. Face-off coming up in the Adrian end with exactly 2 minutes to go. 2-minute warning here at Arrington Ice Arena. Shot down off the face-off by Williamson. Feemster out of the box. Looks to be okay, skating pretty well after taking a rough ride from Robertson, who has the puck now off the feed from Chris Martin. Robertson, nice saucer feed backwards for Gilgren. I think that one may have seen the iron. Feemster has it knocked away by Josh Gilgren. Minute and a half long power play here for the Chippewas to close this hockey game out. Penalty clock is equal to the third period clock. Malinich tripped up, collides with his teammate Feemster after physical play from Kyle Robertson. Bottles will forge a path ahead. Nice toe drag move. Staying with it here on the forehand. Bottles moving to the backhand. Return to Martin near the blue line. Porzondik over. Lucas Hutton. Or rather, that's Spencer Messina, excuse me. Messina will turn backwards, finds Martin. Long shot, loose in front. Porzondik had a whack at it. Didn't get enough contact. And again, it's reset for Messina up top of the Adrian zone. Gilgren knocked aside by Malinich, goes through his legs, and then Josh Gilgren refines the vulcanized rubber. Still loose in the slot. They try a backhander. This is elevated. Goldberg can't quite keep it out, and that is goal number 2 for Andrew Porzondik in, I believe, this third period. Another power play goal for the Chippewas. And I think we got a penalty coming here as well. Gilgren going to the penalty box. 24 seconds left. Abbreviated power play for Adrian here. Got their only goal on the power play so far. Tyler Allen getting his first career goal. Scores 8-1 as Porzondik strikes, and then in the aftermath, Gilgren with a word to say to some of the Bulldog players, and he's going to go to the box after Central Michigan went up 8-1. Nybor back to the goal line. Sent down low, spinning away from a check is O'Dowd. Brandon Clements back for the puck, picked off by Bennett. Maybe a last-second chance here. It's blocked by Hutton. This is sent towards the goal mouth again. Turned aside, shot from Clary. It's loose. Bulldogs banging away, and that'll do it here from Arrington Ice Arena as Central Michigan gets a win here over Adrian College, 8-1 in a one-sided affair. Final shot total 54-11. Props to Rex Goldberg. Respect to him for weathering this significant storm and standing in back there, playing really well. Tyler Allen gets his first goal as a Bulldog for the Chippewas. Couple of strong performances. Kyle Robertson, the defenseman, 2 goals. Don't say that often. Owen Campbell, Andrew Porzondik also had a pair. Rounding out the scoring, it was Owen Campbell, Brendan Schultz, and Nathan Bottles. That'll do it here from Arrington Ice Arena. Final score, 8-1 in this ACHA Division III men's ice hockey contest. Central Michigan gets the win here on the road and the weekend sweep. That'll do it for all of us here at Adrian College Television. I'm Calvin Keys, bidding you good night.
continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. Years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like